everyone. Today we are going to be taking a look at some goodies from Arteza. We have the Grey-Toned sketch pad, we've got the 40 acrylic markers, and the 24 rollerball pens. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of a closer look at each of these. Okay, so first up we have the Arteza 40 acrylic markers. It's got 40 bright colors, quick drying, low odor. It's a water-based ink. I wanted to check these out. Oh, also plastic nib. I wanted to check these out because I wanted to see about potential alternatives to Posca pens, which I know we all love using. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to try that. So we're gonna go ahead and get this open. Comes in a cardboard box. Ooh, look at that. Nice rainbow color here. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and take some of these out. Let's see, are they in cards? Let's take a look here. Oh, I see. Okay, so on the bottom, it's got a little plastic tray that they're kind of hooked into so they don't immediately fall out and get missorted or anything. So that's really nice. That's really nice. Okay, I also have some cardstock here. We're gonna pull this and we're gonna take a look at it and kind of just see, we're looking for how thick the paint is, the opacity, all of that. All right, so let's grab a blue. I like a blue. Okay, so I'm gonna try and shake it up here. Let's move these out of the light a little bit. Okay, and this is just straight up. I've never used them before, so we may have to prime it. Okay, it's got the white nib on it, so that means we probably are gonna have to prime it. So let's, ooh, okay, that primed really fast. So right out of the gate, that's faster than the Posca does. Okay, so it seems to absorb into the paper pretty quick. So that's nice. It feels like, just looking at it though, already it seems like it soaks into the paper more like ink would than like acrylic paint on top. You know what we need to test this on? Let's grab the white one, because the white and blacks are probably the ones that'll be most commonly used. Let's grab a white one. Surfaces that this can be used on are suitable for most surfaces: stone, glass, wood, metal, fabric, porcelain, canvas, plastic, paper, cardboard, and pottery. So it's not like it can't be used on it. The question is, can we use it the way that we would want to use it as colorists? Although, to test it out, I'll go and grab something of one of these that we can test out and see how they work. Okay, so we need to grab a pencil. What do I have close by? Okay, we have got a blue Prismacolor, which is a pretty waxy pencil. So let's go ahead and lay down a nice thick layer of pencil. Okay, and then let's grab an oil-based pencil. So this one is Polychromo. Nice thick layer here. I'm pressing pretty hard, not doing any blending or anything. These pencils are actually still out from my blending videos. This works out well. We've still got that little glob of paint there, so we got to be careful. All right, go ahead and give this a little shake. Okay, and let's prime it. Okay, there we go. All right, so I mean, straight out of the bat, it looks pretty white, but let's try it on here first. Okay, so this is on top of, well, hey, that's promising. That's really promising. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, that's on top of the oil. Let's test it on top of the Prismacolor. Well, heck. On top of pencil, that works really nice. Let's grab the black one here. Okay. Wonder if we even have to shake it. I didn't push it down as hard this time because I didn't want it to glob on me. Okay, we got the black prime now. Oh, wow. That's actually really good. Okay, what about like little dots? Holy heck. Okay. All right, let's just, to be more thorough, let's grab a blue Pablo and a blue Castle Art. Like I said, these are the same ones that I used in that other blending video. So they're just right here. So let's shift this over, shall we? So this is Castle Art. Give a nice thick. There we go. And this is Pablo. I don't want to push too hard on the Pablo and break it. Okay, so these are two other ones. So let's try this again. Okay, that was Castle Art. This is Pablo. And I'm using them for the first time with you guys. You saw I had to prime every single one of them. So this is all a surprise to me. Wow, that is nice. Okay, I may need to invest in a bunch of these white ones. Because this could be an alternative to Posca. It could be. I will, I'll get some price comparisons for Posca and these, and I'll pop them up on the screen here. Well, that's cool. Let's just grab a couple of these other colors here. And let's just see what the color range is on some of them. There we go. That's pretty. Okay, how does it... See, that also sits on top of it really nicely. That's cool. I was almost afraid it would be like a little bit see-through, but it seems to be translating really well. Let's try a brighter color. Let's try something like the yellow. Okay, let's prime that. Okay, let's shake this one up. And maybe I'll hold it down instead of... Here it comes. There we are. Okay. So it's a little bit, it's obviously not as bright. It's kind of funny because you'd think if the white can be bright, let me try shaking it up a little bit. Let's get a little bit more, let's grab our Prismacolor again. And let's give us a little bit more of a space here. Because, I mean, this is what a lot of us are going to be. Oh, no, you know what we need to do a test on? Covering up black lines and how the pencil goes on top of it. That's what else we need to test. Okay, so after shaking it up, that did help a little bit. Let's see, what do we have here? We've got a silver. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, let's shake that up. Let's see how the silver does. There we go, here it comes. Oh, that's definitely got some metallic to it. That's nice. Okay, so the silver isn't nearly as thick as the other one, so maybe it has to do with some colors are more than others. I think the most important part, though, is the white. The white is the big deal for a lot of us. Okay, let's try, what's this one? This one is a lime green. It almost looks like a fluorescent. Whoa, okay, that's nice and bright. How does that one work? Okay, so that one goes over the top of it pretty nice. So it looks like some colors go over the top than others, but I mean, I don't really foresee a situation in which I would need to put yellow paint over the blue pencil. Let's see. What about this one? Yeah, that's priming really quickly. That's nice. Let's see, that one doesn't do too bad. That one's pretty good. So yeah, this is a really nice range of colors. I'm gonna go see if I can find a rock. Let's try painting on some rocks, yeah?
A few minutes later.
Okay, so I grabbed two things. Rock from the garden and a page here that is actually the page that I used when I was doing the color theory video. Oh, hold up. Haha, just discovered something, didn't we? Okay, straight up on here. That soaks through. That little extra blob that we did. It didn't seem to have an issue with I was right then about it soaking through the paper. It didn't seem to have an issue on the pencil, obviously, because there's that nice waxy barrier. But that soaked through real nice. It doesn't seem to be coming up with regular water, so yeah, I'll probably clean that with alcohol, but good to know. I mean, it's not like this thing isn't already messy, but good to know for that. We'll clean it up a little bit later. This was the page that I used when we did color theory, like I said. So here's what we're gonna do. This is on that same Nina cardstock that we just tested that out. So let's try and cover up some of these lines with white and then see how pencil goes over it, okay? So that is one of the things we wanted to test. Okay, so seems to cover pretty well. I like that it's a fine nib. And I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure there are other nibs as well. But for a lot of what I do, fine nib is what I want to use for. Okay, so that is one layer of the ink. Let's see, did anything soak through? Nope. Yeah, it must have just been that big glob. So if you're testing it directly on paper, just something to be aware of. All right, is it dried yet? Feels pretty dry. Okay, now this is one of the things I'm looking out for is an issue that I had with the Arteza white gel pens, and that is this got rubbed away really easily once I started putting pencil on top. So let's give our Prismacolor a quick little sharpen here, and let's see how Prismacolor does over the top of this. I'm not pressing that hard. That's actually pretty good, right? That's what I'm thinking. Let's press a little bit harder. It didn't come up. I mean, you can still see it through it, but honestly, I don't know of a paint pen that you can't see through when you do this, you know? That's pretty decent. All right, let's try a harder lead. This is the Polychromo. Okay, kind of going lighter here. Seems to be fine. Let's go a little bit harder. Holy heck. I just pressed hard. Look at that. That didn't come up. Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm like staring, trying to make sure I'm not wrong. Actually, Polychromos might be what we want to use when we cover this up. Let's see, we already did the Prismacolor. Let's grab a Pablo. Okay, let's try right here. Let's go lightly. Looks good. And harder. Holy heck, guys. This is interesting. I don't know why. I think I was expecting it to fail just because, you know, it's so hard to find a paint pen that can go under pencil without getting torn up, but I gotta say, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Okay, all right, let's set it to the side and let's grab our rock from the garden. I think my only hesitancy with doing something like this on a rock would be, I don't know if it would like mess up the nib tips, you know? But let's test this too because, I mean, we saw how the yellow didn't stand out that much over the pencil. So let's see how yellow does on the rock. We've got a couple different yellows here too. Like we've got a gold too. So there's this yellow, here's the gold, and here is the Bumblebee Yellow. Oh, and you know what we can test out too on the glass? I did this with Posca the other day during stream. Let's test it out on the glass next to that one, because that one's, like I said, done Posca. Let's grab this. Let's see. I think this is the yellow we've been using. Oh no, we haven't used this one yet. Okay, let's prime it real quick. Oh, look at that. That is like fluorescent. That's fun. Okay, let's try that on here. And I'm not going to press that hard just because I don't want to destroy the nib on the rock because you're rubbing it on a rock. So, okay. Right away. Let's see if I press. Okay, so right away it feels like it's pretty thin on the rock, but we'll let that dry and see if it changes. We just did a dot for now. We're going to try and do like a little a little flower here. Let's just do all flowers and we'll test all 4 of the kind of, well, 3 yellows and then the gold. Okay, so let's prime this one. I mean, not many of us colorists are doing rocks, but for those of you who like to do the garden rocks, looks like there's no tried or true method for how many times you need to prime one of these, but all right, let's try this one. Okay, yeah, this one's not really. Let's see if we can just drop a little bit on there. Okay, so the lighter colors definitely have a little bit harder time staying like super thick. We'll try the white on here. Okay, let's prime the gold. Get it? There we go. All right, gold is good. All right, let's put the gold just like right over here. Okay, so that was the gold. And then our other yellow, was that this one? Nope, that was the fluorescent one. Our other yellow was this one. And they do have names. So this is like lemon yellow. Is this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this one here. Okay, so I squeezed down a little bit just to get enough on there. So right out of the bat, I can see the gold isn't very strong on this one. I mean, we've put it through its paces for coloring pages, and this is just for like extra crafts for what it's supposed to be able to do. So let's grab this one here. This is the Magenta, and this is the one we tested out earlier, the kind of dark red. So let's see how it does on the rock. Again, I'm going lightly because these are fine nib, and I'm sure you probably use the thicker nibs maybe for rocks. I just don't want to damage the nib because I want to use it later. But as you can see, this Magenta is actually working really well on it. Yeah, that's real nice. All right, let's grab a blue. Okay. This one is Sapphire Blue. Did we already use this one? Oh yeah, we did. That was the one we did at the beginning. I'm like, how is this already primed? Okay. This is the one that's soaked through the paper. So you do see it, but I think when I think acrylic marker, I think like not quite as see-through, but it works on pencil, which is what we want it to do. So that's good. All right, let's try let's see, what else do we have? Let's try an orange one. This has got to be like a fluorescent orange. This one is called, oh, it's just called orange. All right, let's prime this one. Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay. So let's do, not quite, it doesn't stand out quite as much as I'd like it to. This one only gets 4 petals, ta-da! Okay, and let's see, for the bottom one, let's do another color we haven't chosen yet. Purple. This one's a nice dark purple. This is Eggplant Purple. So it's got the theme of like a lot of the pencils and markers already have. So it's pretty consistent as far as labeling of the colors. Okay. Okay, so FYI, if it's not dry yet, those other colors will run. But that's my bad because I'm just being too impatient. And honestly, that's not these markers. That's the case with anything. Like if you're going to be putting colors next to it, let the other one dry first. I'm just, like I said, I'm being impatient. Okay, let's grab a light blue. So this is Arctic Blue. Let's get this one primed. Well, that's pretty. All right, let's see how it does here. So again, it's blending with the other one because I haven't let it dry yet. But it's not bad. That's still pretty bright, right? Okay, then let's do a nice bright pink. This one is Fluorescent Peach. Okay. Oh, that's bright. That's really bright. Okay. Look at that. Okay, so definitely if you're gonna do like rocks and stuff that have uneven porous surfaces, definitely let it dry in between. That's pretty cool. Can't you tell this is just my most talented rock drawing ever? Okay, let's see. Let's grab, this one is, its name is Amethyst Purple. Okay, let's prime this one. There we go. Oh, it's pretty dark still. Well, we'll fill this one in. Oh, that one's really nice. That one doesn't really show through much. And like I said, this is the 40 set. Okay, and we got this orange one. Let's choose this other really bright orange color that they've got. This is Fluorescent Orange. All right, that's what we're looking for. We want bright, right? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, this one is a little bit more see-through than some of the other thicker ones. I do find it interesting that as far as, you know, opaqueness, it's not as consistent. But I think, obviously, because you can tell on this one, I used more paint on this petal than I did this one, and so I think it has a lot to do with how much you're pushing on it. And as I mentioned before, I'm not pushing too hard because I don't want to destroy the nibs with it. Let's grab a green. Okay, this one's a nice bright green. This is fluorescent green. Okay, that'll do it. Okay, so let's prime this one. Ooh, that's nice and bright, but I have a sneaking suspicion that, like the others, it may not show up as much. Well, it's not bad. Let's try a different green real quick for the other two stems. This one is bright green. Okay, that'll do it. At this point, we're just testing all the colors. Okay, that one looks pretty nice. Let's test it out. It's not the same as the other, but it's showing up. So that's good. So, I mean, like I said, I do mostly coloring pages, so we've tested the coloring page, and it works well for it, except for the fact that if you do too much ink, it will soak through. And this is Neenah cardstock. This is pretty thick. I'll put the link for it in the description below for it. But let's check the white, since we know how well it worked on the pencil. Let's see how well it works on this surface. Just 2 dots, maybe? Yeah, this white is really good. It's really good. It's snowing on the flowers? We're getting creative. Yeah, here we go. We'll draw little lines here. And this is now a snow scene rock because, you know, we're cool like that. And it's springtime when it's snowing. Yay. Okay, so I'd say it successfully works on a rock. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. Okay, real quick, this is my pencil shaving jar. We were doing a quick little test to see if we could do Posca pen on here. So now this was a medium-sized Posca pen. This was not a fine nib, but let's just do something like right here and see if it works equally. Should I dump out the things? Can I do this like this without having to dump it? Am I gonna make a mess? Let's see who thinks I'll make a mess. There you go. Put it in chat if you think I'm gonna accidentally dump out the shavings before I'm done with this. All right, so we're gonna grab the white here and we're gonna see how this does. So the Posca, as you can see, will get scraped up by a nail, which I kind of expect. And that's the nice thing about it is that it's permanent, or it's not permanent, so you can take it up. So let's go ahead. Okay, look at that. The paint isn't, like, you know how sometimes if you put paint on a surface and it kind of shrinks up and then leaves gaps in the line? It's not doing that. This is actually working really nicely. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm sold on these. Like I said, I went into them skeptical because so many paint markers have broke my heart, but it's okay. All right. We've tested these on paper, on pencil, on covering up lines, on rocks, on glass. So some of the colors aren't as consistent with the opacity, which I can work around as far as layers are concerned. The number one thing I wanted to make sure worked was the white over pencil. And now you can see this has had time to dry, and yet it's still... Should we try and scrape this away and see what happens? Okay, so nail, it does scrape away, which honestly, I think you'll find that with anything, but let's try, because the gel pen would rub away even if we just rubbed it with our finger. Now, it's not rubbing away, it's actually getting blue because I'm moving the pigment. Let's see, let's try that with the Faber-Castell. Yeah, more than anything, I'm just putting blue on top. So obviously it scrapes away with a nail, but otherwise it seems to stay put. Okay, so bottom line for me, I like these. They have sets of like just white and sets of just black. I'll put those in the link in the description below. But for me, I'm gonna count these as a win. Plus it's 40 colors. I mean, you can see how many they've all got back here. I think these could be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And it worked so well on the glass. Let's see if it's dried yet. Yeah, it's dried. Okay, so I'm gonna rub my hand on it. Same thing. So like I said, this is right next to Posca. Nothing's coming up. Okay. So obviously Posca comes up with the nail right there. Let's see. It actually doesn't come up as easily. I mean, I'm sure you could wash it off because it's a water-based ink, but there we go. I'm really having to scratch at that to get that to come up. Holy heck, guys. I think we just found a replacement for Posca. Something's gonna give Posca a run for its money. I mean, I'm not usually so like before, you know, I'm normally like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool, but I mean, this just straight up, and those of you who like things in order are probably gonna cringe because I'm not putting these back in order, but yeah, these are great. Okay, why don't we put these aside and let's take a look at the Rollerball pens, okay? Okay, so now let's take a look at the Rollerball pens. We're just gonna use the same sheet that we used those other paint markers on. This is the Arteza 24 Rollerball pens, 12 vibrant colors, fade resistant, airplane safe. I'm gonna look up what airplane safe means. Oh wait, that means probably that you can take it on, maybe it's something they allow on the plane. I'm gonna have to like put some text here that says what it means, that I actually understand it, but it's airplane safe. Acid free, 0.5 millimeter. It's got a needle point. And again, I haven't opened these up before. So let's go ahead. A box similar to the paint pens. Okay, they're a little chaotic. It looks like there's two of each color. So 24, 12 vibrant colors. Yeah, so there's 2 of each color. So that's nice. You've got some replacements. All right. Let's bring them on. Oh, they look nice. I like the way they look. It's got a real nice sleek look to it. Okay, so let's see. We've got this here. This here. I do wish they hadn't been so chaotic, but that's my own OCD that I like when colors are sorted. I really like that plastic bottom that the paint markers had to them. We need to have that for all pens everywhere, not just Arteza. Can we just tell all companies to make sure that all their stuff is organized? Okay, so we've got orange, red, pink. We've got a purple. We've got an indigo. We've got, this might be a purple. So like kind of a magenta purple, a purple. We'll test all these colors too. So then we've got dark blue, we've got light blue, we've got green, darker green, lime green, a yellow, and a black. Okay, so these will be good for like small details, or for those of you that really enjoy bullet journaling, these could be really good for it. Especially with like, they've got the Johanna notebooks and the planners and all of that. So let's go ahead, zoom on in. Okay. So this one is the orange. Let's look at that tip. This is real nice. I love this kind of tip on a pen. I don't know, it just feels like you can write something really nice. All right, now you all are gonna see how bad my handwriting is, okay? So oh, and look at that. You didn't even have to prime it like at all. That's nice. Okay, I love coloring. That's pretty nice. Okay, so that's the orange. Then we have the red. Same thing. We didn't have to prime it at all. It's good to go straight out of the gate. It's so smooth. I love coloring. Very nice. Okay, that's the red. Then we have the pink. Those of you with prettier handwriting, that nice like kind of curly Q. I stopped for a second because it stopped before I'm like, wait, you got a letter? Okay, this is that kind of lighter purple color. Magenta. See, do they have color names on them? They do not, but they are fade resistant and acid free, so that's good. I love coloring. Okay, so it's not as magenta as I thought it might be. It's definitely a real nice purple color. Okay. Then this is the one that I thought was going to be the straight up purple, but let's see. Oh, it's a blue. It's a blue. Okay. Coloring. Like I'm writing lines like I'm in trouble. Okay. Let's try the dark blue. I love coloring. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely like an indigo because it's still blue, but it's real nice and kind of dark. Let's do the light blue, see how bright it is. Ooh, that's nice. Love coloring. Look, it matches my nails. Okay, and then this is the slightly lighter green one. Okay. I love coloring, and I'm writing with them and not swatching because they are definitely, I think I would lean towards these as a writing implement versus like detailing in the coloring pages. Okay, darker green. I love, oh, I turned it on its side a little bit. So definitely better straight up and down. Well, not directly straight up and down, but I had it at the edge and it got a little thin there, but it's still good. All right, this is the super kind of bright green. Let's see how bright it is. Coloring. That one did have a little bit of a color skip at the beginning, but honestly, I don't know many pens that don't have that. I was impressed that the other ones didn't have that. All right, and then the yellow. That's a nice yellow. Okay, and then last, move our little colored rock out of there. This is the black. Well, that's nice. Okay, so those are all the colors. So this is, we have the orange one, we have the red one. Okay, we've got pink there. Then we've got next, we've got the purple one. Then we have blue. Then the dark blue. Light blue. Okay, I guess it's not lining because the caps are bigger than my writing, but you get the idea. The green, dark green, lime green, yellow, and black. Yeah, I really like these a lot too. I think satisfactory wise, it'd be nice if it was like a clicky pen, but I don't know, something about the cap too. And it's a nice solid cap. It's got a good click on it. So as long as you hear the click, I don't think these are going to dry out at all. You can see the ink on the inside. If you tilt it, there you can see those bubbles there. So you can see your ink level. So that's nice too. So yeah, there's not too many paces that I can put these through. I mean, we can test to see if it'll go over. I'm always hesitant to use rollerball pens or any kind of regular pens on pencil because I don't want it to clog. But just in the event that that's how you do want to use them, this is just the black one. And yeah, it goes over nice. There would definitely be a risk, I suppose, with clogging, so just watch that. I think that these would be best used on in like bullet journaling and calendar planning and all of that. But yes, very pleased. Nice wide range of colors. They write real smooth, no hiccups in it, and lots of colors. Plus it comes with extra. So if you have been looking for a good writing pen, look no further because here they are. And like I said, I'll have all the links in the description below. Okay, let's take a moment here, reset, and I'm gonna show you guys the tan-toned paper as well. Okay, so these are the Arteza Grey-Toned, sorry, I was wrong, not tan-toned, Grey-Toned sketch pads. These are going to be good, especially if you are wanting to. A lot of people like to work on toned paper because they can add their highlights and build up. So here's one thing. I got this with the idea. First of all, they're 9 by 12 and 81 pounds, so they're not quite as thick as the Neenah paper. And I got these with the idea that because they are perforated, you could take them out and send them through your printer. The downside with that, however, is I realized that 9 by 12 is a little bit big for my feeder for the printer in the back. Your printers may be different. For me personally, it was a little bit big, but that was easily solvable by trimming the paper. So this is a recent freebie from Christine Karen. So what I did is I took my paper cutter and I cut it to fit an 8.5 by 11 so we could test that out. But it is spiral bound. It's ideal for a variety of dry media. So this isn't a mixed media. This is dry media. So we're talking pencils, we're talking charcoal, we're talking graphite. So this isn't something that you would put a lot of, like paints or I would say not even markers, because they would definitely soak through. So if you are going to do markers, I would definitely put something behind it, because it is a little bit thinner than the Neenah paper is, but it's still nice and it's got good tooth to it as well. And it comes in a 2-pack. There's 50 sheets per sketch pad. Like I said, it's spiral bound, it's perforated, so this is great even if you just want to sketch. If you're into sketching versus coloring, it's really handy. But yeah, so it's got the size, the weight, and yeah, it's got a nice cardboard back. And like I said, it comes in a 2-pack. So let's take a look at the paper itself. Like I said, I printed this on my printer. This was a Christine Karen one. So like I said, a lot of people like to use the toned tan paper so they can get highlights. So what I have grabbed here, we're not going to do the whole page, obviously, because this video would be really long. But some people like to use white charcoal. I'm just going to use white Prismacolor, but this will kind of give you an idea of what I mean by highlights. So generally, she's going to have a highlight on her nose, and it just kind of helps to make it stand out a little bit better. Okay, so highlight on her nose. We're going to have a highlight above her lip here. And working on toned paper kind of helps to give it kind of like a nice undertone. So let's do a little bit of a highlight here on her clavicle. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Obviously, we have the whites of her eyes. So if you're looking for a challenge and looking for something different, tan tone paper might be the way to go for you. So let's see. It's weird. I don't normally work like highlight and up. So this could probably be wrong, but we're going to add a little bit of a highlight there. We're going to add some highlight here. Okay. And a little bit there. And then for me, I could probably add a little bit here too on her lips and on her chin. Okay, somebody who does portraits is going to look at this and be like, what is she doing? So let's go ahead and grab chestnut. I didn't even look at the color chart. I was just like, let's grab some skin tones, and I grabbed what I could see. So let's grab chestnut. And these are just Prismacolors. Okay, and then let's use, what is this one? This one is PC 1017. I have sharpened away the name and I don't remember it, but it's PC 1017. Okay. So we're gonna give that little color there. Ooh, you know what'd be good for a highlight? Let's add it along her jawline here. That'd be good. Okay, so PC 1017 here. Okay, and then let's grab Rosy Beige is what this one is. Over that white just a little bit. But like I said, I could spend hours creating a good page, but the whole point of a toned paper is so you can kind of build up your highlights first and then go from there. So if you are looking for something a little bit different, like I said, this has 50 pages and it's great. I did have to trim it down for my printer, but you might not need to for your printer. So there's not much to say about the paper. Let's grab, if we want to test to see if it, it's toned. It's kind of hard to do markers. You definitely want to do pencils, something that can build up on top. But let's test to see if it will bleed through. Sorry, I'm getting my Copics here. Okay, so this is just E18 copper. Okay, so let's just add a little bit here. I mean, this is just, you know, one quick layer if you're mixing them a lot. Okay, so yeah, look at that, just a little bit and it already bled through. So if you're using alcohol markers on this, it will bleed through. It's got tooth. You can cut it to whatever size you need. Like I said, this one is initially 9 by 12. So if you're looking for a change up in the paper you've been using, this could be a good alternative. All right, so there we have it. We've got the acrylic paint pens, we've got the rollerball pens, and the paper. Kind of summary, acrylic pens, super successful. Some of them were not as opaque as others, but the white especially, so good. So good. And we tested it on rocks and we tested it on glass and it worked great. The rollerball pens, super smooth writing. I love that you can see the ink so you can see kind of where you're at for, you know, fullness. There's a wide variety of colors, +2 for each. The paper is also wonderful for whether you're sketching or you're coloring or whatever else you want to do with it. It is thinner though, so it does not take a wet medium, as it says, ideal for a variety of dry medium. So keep that in mind when you're choosing it. So that's about it for today. So if you were trying to find some new pen options or paper options, here you have it. I'll have all the links for the description below, as well as a coupon code for 10% off that is good until October 28th. So if there's anything you've had your eye on lately, this would be a good time to do it. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.